This episode is proudly brought to you by the members of the You Run Podcast Network. All shows can be found at yourunpodcast.com, so go and find your new podcast addiction today. Mark, what did P. Diddy call his annual Christmas party?
I don't know. What did P. Diddy call his annual Christmas party?
Silent Night, Diddly Night.
That was a good one, to be fair.
I thought so.
It's Christmas time, it's the time to be afraid. It's Christmas time, it's time to talk about being named. And on this podcast of horror, we'll spread a little fear. Watch a horror movie now and grab a beer. And then Scott mentions the actress's boobs, followed by Mark saying, come on, dude. This is the place to have fun and say a curse or two. You Run Podcast Horror Movie Review. Watch a horror, do it now, it's Christmas time. Watch a horror, do it now, it's Christmas time. Watch a horror, then listen to a great fun review. Run Past Christmas. Do it now, it's Christmas time. Do it now, it's Christmas time. Watch a horror, then listen to a great fun review. Run Past Christmas. To Run Podcast Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Musical theatre is the lowest of all entertainments.
Hello and welcome to the You Run Podcast Horror Movie Review. My name is Scott.
My name is Mark.
And we bring you weekly horror movie review episodes on a Monday, unless you're a part of our Patreon, and then you get it a week early on a Thursday. Today we are diving into a movie that's so much fun. If you've never listened to the show before, we give you a very brief kind of conversation overview of the movie. Then we dive into what we liked and what we didn't in no particular order whatsoever. Later on, we've got facts. We have a game. It's a really entertaining, fun horror movie review show that you just feel part of the show. Oh, I donged it again.
Dude.
I need to sit on my hands. I know. I need to reset this setup. It's a fun show. You get to be involved. There's interactive features and games. You can get involved in those and pick the movies by going to @YouRunPodcast on Instagram. So go and do that. This week, we cover a British horror movie that, honest to God, does not get anywhere near the love and recognition it deserves. If you love musicals and you love Shaun of the Dead, fuck me, we have the perfect movie for you this week. Today we are covering the wonderfully written, the beautifully directed, the wonderfully scored Anna and the Apocalypse. I can help. Hold on.
Yeah, please do. I was expecting you to.
There we go.
One thing I just realised as well in our opening credit music thing, we haven't done a Ginger Dead Man movie this year.
I know, hasn't it been nice?
No, I don't know if it has. I kind of miss it a little bit.
You moaned like fuck when we done The Passion of Crust.
I know, but then now it's here and it's like, oh, next step in the Ginger Dead Man. And now we're not. And I kind of feel a little bit sad, I'll be honest.
The next Ginger Dead Man, I think, is Ginger Dead Man and Evil Bong. And I think it happens in the summer. So it can still
How many
happen.
How many have we done?
2.
Oh, we've only done 2. Oh, I thought it was like a thing.
No, we've done 2 of like 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and again, like last year we did Ginger Dead Man 2, and it was not Christmas at all.
Well, he did get crucified in it, so
he did. This is very true, but you could apply that to Easter. We could have done that in Easter, and it still had the same effect.
I love this movie unconditionally, and the sheer volume of people that do not know it exists hurts my soul.
Yeah, I think the thing is as well, it is very British at its core. And I don't know how well this translates to American audiences. I did listen to a podcast today, just out of curiosity, because I thought to myself, how well does this translate? And I know you and Angel from Voices covered this last year.
Yeah, year before, I think. I think it was 2 years ago.
A year before, yeah. And I know you guys did it. But the thing is, it's like, for me, I'm like, I love it. I think it's one of the fucking most joyous things you can watch around the Christmas time. But I'm British, so I get the humor and I don't struggle with the accents. But this podcast I listened to today absolutely slammed it, man. They fucking slammed it. They said they had to watch it with subtitles on. They didn't get the jokes, and It was like, oh, it's just a Shaun of the Dead impersonation, but on a much worse level, blah, 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 blah. They just hammered home at how crap they thought this movie was. And I was just blown away. I was like, you guys.
Off air, tell me who that is so I don't listen to it.
To be honest with you, mate, I couldn't even tell you what the podcast was. It was one of those where, like, on the podcast thing that I listen to podcasts on, I have a set library of people that I follow, and then their episodes come up with notifications regularly. If I want to find a specific episode, I type in the search bar the movie, and then it'll just bring up a load of random podcasts that I've covered it. It was like a 20-minute episode. They were a fucking nobody, mate. Do you know what I mean? They were a terrible podcast. And Heather, this is not a dig at you, but they all sounded like very much like they were from the South. No, I said this wasn't a dig at Heather. I'm just saying the guys who were running this particular podcast who hated on this movie sounded like they wrestled crocodiles. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Mavis, there's another gator at the house.
Exactly.
This movie follows the story of Anna and her friends as they go through an apocalypse, a zombie apocalypse in particular. There are so many characters in this that I absolutely adore. And I'm going to start with Anna. I think she is arguably one of the greatest final girls of all time. She's her character arc from, look, Dad, I'm going to go travel Australia, and him having an absolute meltdown, through to, I'm going to fuck me up some zombies with a giant candy cane, is just incredible. Like, all the emotions and everything she goes through in this movie, it is a full Laurie Strode arc, from kind of independent woman who wants to do her own thing but doesn't quite know how to I'm going to fuck you up. What did you just do? Give me my candy cane. I don't care if there's 100 zombies. I'm going to take you all out, and I'm going to sing and dance while I do it. Amazing.
Yeah, see, I'm completely the opposite to you. I'm not particularly a big fan of Anna or her character in this movie, and I think by the time we get to the end, I am. But I feel like it takes for her to lose everything to realize what she had. You know, like, John is one of my favorite characters in this movie, and the blonde-haired girl, who I can never remember her name.
Yeah, it's just
really strange.
Tuck below you. She's the American exchange student.
Is she American?
Yep.
Huh. Shows how much attention I was paying. I love her, and she's the strongest vocalist in this movie as well. She is absolutely outstanding when she does her singing parts throughout the various numbers in this movie. I love her. I think she's great. And for me, I always find myself drawn more to the sub-characters as opposed to Anna, because at the beginning of the movie, I just think she's very... I wouldn't go as far as to say she's a spoiled person, but I think she's unaware. She's trying to escape something. She's constantly looking to better herself and run away from what she has, when around her she clearly has such an amazing group of people trying to support her and give her this better life. And it takes for all of them to dissipate one by one for her to realize she had everything she needed all along, you know. And it's a great story arc for her character as the movie progresses, but to go all out and say she is the pinnacle of this movie, I tend to disagree, because I don't think she is until she realizes how many people she's lost along the way, where she fully fulfills herself. I mean, don't get me wrong, by the time she gets to the end and she's fighting to save her dad in that hall, she's full. It takes her to lose John for her to be the character I want her to be. But up until that point, I tend to constantly find myself rolling my eyes at the decisions she's made throughout this movie and the choices she makes as she goes along.
Yeah, I kind of get that. Like, I think the character development of Anna and everyone else around her is very, very good. They do a very good job of showing Anna as she knows what she wants to do. She wants to leave secondary school and go traveling before she goes to university or college or whatever it is. And she's got her friend John, who's clearly like head over heels in love with her, would lay down in traffic to have her. Her dad, who just wants his little girl to stay at home and be safe. And also this group of kind of like misfit style friends. Like the school dynamic in this is so accurate to how it was when I was at school. All these little cliquey groups, and they've done such a good job of getting like Anna's had sex with one of the cool kids there, who then like went, "Oh, I fucked Anna," and then they split up. And John's like the guy going, "Yeah," and she's like, "I'll just see you as a friend," like fully friend zoned. And you've got like the other couple that are always kissing. You've got the weird exchange student, and that school dynamic. Like I watched this, and I'm like, that's exactly how it was when I was at school.
And I think for me as well, like I agree with you wholeheartedly with what you're saying, and I think one of the biggest things for me is in terms of tropes in movies, you have your jock character, your nerd character, your lesbian off-field character, and all the rest of it. The way they fulfill their arcs throughout the story is very grounded and very realistic. Like it's not like you get to the point where like John becomes this. I know he has his hero moment as he's dying, but he's never at any point hits that stride within his character where he just starts bashing out zombies and he becomes a hero that he needs to be to get with Anna by the end of the film. No, that's not true, because that's not realistic. You know, the jock character is a jock character and he fulfills that right through to the end. The same with all the other characters involved in this movie. And that's one thing that I really appreciate. They don't set it up as John's infatuated with Anna, and then when the moment comes, he's going to be the hero that the story needs. No, he's just John throughout the movie, you know, and I think that's very true to the characters that they are. And I really like that about this film a lot. It's very you can resonate with it very well and not feel it to be too fabricated from reality in terms of how their stories are written.
Yeah, I agree with that. Out of curiosity, out of the kids in this school, which one were you at school? Because I think I know which one you were. You were the jock kid, weren't you?
Fuck. Right. You see, the thing is, I was, but I was also. So, like, I was a blender, I was a blender at school. So, like, my main focus group was the jock kids, but only because I was a smoker. So I was like behind the tree and round the corner and smoking. So I was with but I was the left fielder of the cool kids. You know, I was always the one who dressed very differently to them. I always had different interests and different tastes, but they all liked me because of that kind of stuff. Even though realistically I was more at home with John and the Geek Squad making movies. And so I was loved by all, if you will. And I know that sounds like a really silly thing to say, but like to this day now is like kids I see from school who are like relentlessly bullied, but I was like very good friends with them. But at the same time, I was also friends with their bullies because I just blended with everybody because I just got on with everybody. You know, that's just who I was at school. Which makes me kind of feel like I should have maybe done more. Should I have prevented situations that occurred at school that I could have done? I don't know.
Let's not dwell on things you've done 40 years ago. It's fine.
No, 40 years ago. Fuck you, dude. I'm not your age.
I think I was more the Anna sort of character. I knew where I wanted to go, and I was very focused and kind of fuck everyone else. Like I had friends kind of within every group, but like time that I had free to myself, I'd go and do my own shit. Like I was really into basketball at the time, and I would literally, like, the basketball court was like right down the far end of the playground and no one played basketball, and I would literally go and stand on the free throw line for every break and just shoot free throws for like 40 minutes and then come in. I was that kid. I was borderline the kid of like, if you push him too far, we're gonna have an issue here. I was that.
Yeah, kid. At school, man, I was just very much this is my world and everybody's living in it. Do you know, like that kind of mentality? Like this is not like in an arrogant way. Do you know what I mean? But I very much felt like I was the main character. Yeah, I very much felt like I was the main character of the story, and all these people were just side characters around me. And I had that mentality for a very, very long period of time. It wasn't until I met my wife where she was like, who the fuck do you think you are? Kind of situation that kind of brought me back down to earth, really.
Well, you done well, because I didn't have that realization until I met Lisa.
Your third
Lisa.
marriage.
Yeah, like the first two marriages, I was still the main character doing my own thing, and they were just
You
like
weren't the main character in those marriages, mate. I'll be honest with you.
no, I wasn't. An affair caused by the first wife, and then a lost house caused by the yeah. No, I wasn't. I was a subplot in their
You was.
story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You met another main character. That was your issue.
That's like when I met Lisa now is the main character, and I just kind of like
You've accepted your place in the world.
Yeah, so if we were a movie, Lisa is Shaun and I am Ed.
Yeah, that seems fitting.
Yeah, that's where we are. I am the buddy comes in and goes, any of you cunts want a drink? And everyone gives me a funny look. That's where I am, and I'm happy with that. This movie is very reminiscent of Shaun of the Dead. There are so many nods to it, and I don't think by any stretch this has ripped Shaun of the Dead off, but it's definitely paid homage. It's also paid homage to countless other zombie movies that have come before.
Night of the Living Dead, fucking, there's everything in here, you know. I mean, even the tagline for this movie is Shaun of the Dead meets La La Land. You know, it's very clear that it's not purposefully trying to avoid the fact that it is using it for inspiration.
Yeah, and what sets this apart, and we've not mentioned it yet, and I can't believe we're 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, not mentioned it. It is a full arse musical.
Yep, the third one we've covered on the show now.
Yeah, this is Glee. This is Glee in a zombie apocalypse.
No, don't insult this movie. It's not Glee.
Well, no, it's better than Glee, but that's effectively what it is. It's a group of school kids who sing and dance to express their emotions while a zombie apocalypse happens. It's fucking awesome.
Do you know what one of the funniest scenes in this movie is when they're doing the Breakaway song, which I love. Breakaway is my second favorite in this movie. No, apologies. It's not even Breakaway. It's Hollywood Ending. The song Hollywood Ending.
Yeah,
that they're doing it, and it's a scene when they're in the canteen. You got the dinner lady chirping in and stuff like that, and it's the jock characters that we mentioned earlier, and one of them starts getting into it, and then the other jock pulls him down as if to say, "Sit the fuck down." Yeah. And now this is what makes me laugh so much about this movie. And it's like, are they living in a reality where song is a point of communication?
I hope so.
And you know, like everybody else around them is thinking, oh, fuck's sake, here we go again. Oh, here we go. They're fucking harmonizing now, you know, because that was the scene where the jock pulls him down, and I'm just sat there and I'm like, that's fucking brilliant, you know, because it's not like they fully leech into the fact that it's a song and a music video thing. There's still characters within this scene thinking, oh, fuck's sake, here they go again.
Yeah, I really like, if that's the take, I really like that take, especially when we get to like the apocalypse has now started and Anna dancing down her high street as buildings burn. It's so good. She's like full on, like arms in the air, dancing down the high street. I don't give a fuck. I'm living my life. And there's some old granny having her like fucking intestines thrown in the air like confetti. Is brilliant.
But again, if you want to compare it to Shaun of the Dead, this is the one particular scene where it is an exact rip-off of Shaun walking to the corner shop, completely oblivious of the zombie apocalypse unfolding around him. But every time I heard this song in this movie, so I have this soundtrack on CD and I listen to it regularly, and it doesn't even need to be at Christmas because I don't even feel like when you listen to the soundtrack, the songs necessarily apply to Christmas. You can listen to this any time of the year and it is fantastic. Especially with the CD that I have and Fish Rap comes on. Fish Rap is fucking mega. You know what I mean with Fish Rap, with the two penguins on the dance and they're rapping about mackerel and salmon and stuff. When that comes on the CD and they're rapping about fish, it is the greatest thing ever in the van when I'm driving to work.
Yeah, like, honestly, it's so good. And the stupid thing is, like when I was like building up to this episode and I'm trying to get like caption this and other stuff out, there is not a single song from Anna of the Apocalypse available on Instagram, TikTok, or any social media. And it wound me up. Like, why is this not widely available? Because all of the songs in here are as good as something you'd get in Grease or Wicked or The Greatest Showman. Like, yeah, this is The Greatest Showman with zombies. It's fucking awesome.
I think the problem with this movie is, in particular, I think it's massively ahead of its time. I think this movie, I think this came out in 2017, if I remember rightly. Had this have come out 5 years later, as we was
No,
just getting in,
fuck 5 years later. If this had come out the year that we got locked down for COVID, this would have been movie of the fucking year by miles.
I don't think it was too far up. When was the COVID lockdown? I don't know.
2020 was the first lockdown. January
So it was
2020.
3 years prior. I think it was. I think it had come out around the time of The Greatest Showman, and I mean now we're in an era where you've got this whole fucking demon vampire K-pop hunter shit that's going on, and you've got the Wicked resurgence. You know, I think like now, maybe 2 years ago, had this movie come out, it would have been a much more popular movie than it actually is. But I think for me, like it was just way ahead of its time, you know, and I think it flew massively under the radar for a lot of people, and it was snubbed particularly because it was considered a musical. Which again, I don't know why I was using air quotations. It is clearly very much a musical.
It is a musical. Yeah,
it is very much a musical. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand why the love and appreciation isn't there. I don't know whether it's particularly because it's a British movie and how well that translated into American audiences.
The thing is, like, I done this with Angel, as you said, and Angel is as American as you can get. She is Southern states, like Heather. She is a hey y'all. She's
a crocodile wrestler.
Yeah, and she absolutely loved this. Like she'd never seen it before, never even.
But exactly, that's my point. Like she hadn't seen it, she hadn't heard of it, you know, and then you showcase it to her, and it's mega. But again, she hadn't seen it and she hadn't heard of it, and it's like for me, I find it really surprising that nobody's not heard of this movie yet.
Yeah, and it got such a limited release as well. We'll get to it in facts, but this movie honestly is awesome. From start to finish, it gives you such a feel-good vibe, all apart from the head teacher of the school, and he's like
Mr. Savage.
As villains go, Savage is fucking up there on the level of maniacal and evil. Even before the apocalypse, he's an absolute prick.
Yeah, I love him. I think he's fantastic. I love the actor Paul Kaye who portrays him. He is fucking awesome. He is a British icon. For those of you who aren't familiar with Paul Kaye, you would probably recognize him mostly from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
If you were to recognize him from anywhere, he was also in Afterlife, the Ricky Gervais TV series, which he played the psychiatrist, and he's fucking brilliant in that. His original, where I discovered him first of all, was in a really, really 90s British sitcom that I probably shouldn't have been watching when I watched it, called Black Balls, and he was amazing in Black Balls. For those of you who are not familiar with Black Balls, go back, watch it. It is wild, and he is such a good actor in that. I love Paul Kaye. I think he does a fantastic job in this, and I think as Mr. Savage, he's brilliant. He gets cut heavily, so that's one thing. What version of this movie did you watch? Just the normalized Anna and the Apocalypse.
Whatever version is currently on Netflix. This is available on Netflix worldwide.
Is this on Netflix?
Yep.
Motherfucker! I had to rent this because I didn't think it was on anything.
No, do you not like? Whenever we've got a movie to do, I do the where to watch. I go to I think it's wheretowatch.com or whatever. You put in your country, you put in the movie, and it tells you everywhere it's available.
Right. Just in future, when we have a movie coming up, just tell me where I can watch this. Because this has always been on Shudder. This has been on Shudder for the past fucking 10 years. I've subscribed to Shudder. So it got to like last night, and I was like, I watched Gremlins a couple of nights ago, and I was like, right, and because we're double bill this week, for those who are wondering why I'm rambling.
And why we're wearing the same clothes as we were last week.
And the same Christmas hat. Yeah. To be fair, I'll be wearing this till the end of the year now. This is my get up until the new year. Yeah, and I was like, oh shit. Right, I'll just go to Shudder because I have Shudder app on my TV. So I was like, right, there we go. Anna it's like, Anna's not there. Where the fuck's that gone? So I went to Amazon Prime, and I was like, I know it's free on Amazon Prime because I've watched it there. Because when I logged on Amazon Prime, it was like halfway through. I must have fallen asleep the last time I watched it. So it was like, I know I've watched it on Prime before. No, to rent or buy. I was like, you motherfuckers. Too late in the day to go do piracy. So I was like, right, I'll just have to rent it and pay proper English money for it. And so I did. I paid and rented for it. And then there were scenes missing. There were scenes missing that I was like, where's that bit?
What scenes were missing for you? Because I watched the Netflix version.
Yeah, so you won't have got the extended version on Netflix. So the extended version, which fills in a really, really big gap, actually, which is quite vital. There is a scene between Anna and the blonde girl, who is the best singer of the group, in the toilet. They have an interaction. That's one of the particular scenes that's missing. That doesn't necessarily add much to the story.
No, that's in here.
Was that in the version you watched?
Yeah, that's in the version I watched. That's in the school before everything goes to shit.
That's right, yeah. And she's there, she's looking down, and then Anna walks in as like almost zombie-esque behind her and just stands still for it, right? So that's there. So did you get the song with Slaughter, Mr. Slaughter and Tony, the janitor?
No, I have seen that song though, where
which one of us or something like that. So that is a massive like expositional song that explains, because I found the version that I watched very, very jarring, because it goes to a point where Mr. Slaughter's just there, his head in his hands as Tony and everybody's about to leave him to the school. And he's like, if you love this school so much, then why don't you just stay here? And then it cuts to like Anna and everybody, and then it comes back, and the next scene, Mr. Slaughter's got everybody locked in cages and shit. There's a song that's missing, which is which one of us. That like the two of them are contrasting between each other, and Mr. Slaughter's like, "Stay with me," and they're talking about the shit unfolding outside, and it's like a really vital song that gets cut from the theatrical release, but it was then added again back to the Blu-ray release, which came out many years later. But it's such a big sort of contextual song to the story, because I always found that scene particularly jarring as how has he gone from being a shriveled in the corner, like, oh, how can you all leave me, to all of a sudden being this maniacal, I've got everybody in cages, Anna, you want to see your father, rah, rah, rah. And this song sort of fills in that blank. And again, do you know with the opening credit sequence where you've got the detailed artwork?
Yeah.
That was initially supposed to be a full filmed sequence, but the village where they were actually filming this movie, when they started filming the opening sequence, there was a massive storm that basically washed out everything, and they couldn't finish. They filmed like 80% of it, and it was supposed to be live action as opposed to the drawing sequence that we got in the opening credits. And Ray Stevenson, the guy from Mandalorian, he played Father Christmas, who becomes the Father Christmas, who gets his head knocked off. No, sorry, that's the Snowman. The Father Christmas zombie later on in the movie. That's actually Ray Stevenson in the movie, and he was there. Yeah. And he was there for the opening credit sequence, and he played a real big part as being like the Father Christmas, and then the zombie attack happened, and you get to see all that. I know we get it in the drawing segment in the opening credits, but that was initially supposed to be live action, but due to weather issues, that all got scrapped because they couldn't finish filming and the budget was so low to then go back and do it later on. I'm rambling now and I have no idea where I was or what I was saying, apart from the cut sequence of which one of us, which was a banger of a musical number as well, which I'm surprised got cut from the movie.
I'm surprised it got cut. I think all the musical numbers in this are really, really good and they're really well put together, but this is more than just a musical. The violence and the gore in this movie is like, you know, when you watch a movie and something happens and you sort of you almost do that, oh my God moment. Like the bit with the seesaw and the snowman when they first realize it's a zombie. So the bloke in a zombie costume falls over in front of him and Anna's like, oh, are you okay? I'm a paramedic. Rolls him over and he's full on like, zombie. He then chases them slowly into the playground, and you've got John going, look, mate, come on, mate. Like, come on, mate. And he throws his bag at him, and he's like, come on, mate, isn't working, John. He's like, well, what the fuck am I meant to do? And she's like, stay there. And as the zombie walks past the seesaw, she fucking whacks it up, takes his head clean off, and there's this gush of blood.
Yeah.
That is just like, that was a moment where I went, oh, fuck.
Yeah, that it certainly amplifies it to the next level, if you will. It's a fair sort of interaction with the zombies as well, barring the musical cue before it as they're making their way to the cemetery, for the interaction with the snowman, which I love. I love all the chaos that ensues, and they're so oblivious to it. And again, I mentioned it's my favorite musical cue in the movie. But yeah, it really, really showcases of what kind of level of gratuitousness you have in store with this film when they hit that point and they just decapitate a snowman.
Yeah, and they don't hold back. And the thing is, the writing is so good as well, because after the head's decapitated, you've got Anna sat on a swing, and John's going, "We need to face the truth. It's zombies." She's like, "It's not fucking zombies, John. Shut up." He's like, "Look," and then the camera pans back, and you've got this decapitated head going, "Nah, nah." He's like, "It's a fucking zombie. I kind of don't care what you say. It's full on zombie." She's like, "Oh, have you still got your keys to work?" And this is where they head back to the bowling alley where they both work. And again, I love the fact they do the setup in the bowling alley where you see them doing their late shift and it's shit and it's crap and they get everyone out really late, and like seeing the follow on when they go back to their work. I think everything they do in the first part of this movie is a setup and almost like a
foreshadowing, if you will,
foreshadow of what's coming later. Everything that happens first happens again later, but with zombies involved. And I think it's so well written for a movie that was made for about £3.50. It's phenomenally well written.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that's majorly overlooked with this film is like how well the writing actually is. And a lot of it does come down to the opening setup of foreshadowing. But I think it's just overlooked purely based on the fact that it is a musical, in my honest opinion. And I don't know how well it would have translated as a straight up zombie story, because I feel by the time this movie was released, Walking Dead was like 8 seasons deep, and it was a very tired out genre.
Yeah, this is just zombies is weak. Yeah, adding in the musical numbers. Like the first time I watched this, the very first time I saw it, I had no idea it was a musical.
I did, because I was very well aware of this movie coming out, purely based on the fact that I'm a subscriber to Dread Central news articles, so I knew this was coming, and it was a big thing among internet forums of, there's a zombie musical set around Christmas that's coming out.
Yeah, see, confession from me, before I'd done the show, I loved horror, but I was very much like, I'd sit down and find something to watch. I wasn't like on the internet looking at stuff. I wasn't in forums. I wasn't doing anything like that. So this, for me, I think it was first on Shudder. I saw this. I literally put it on. I'm like, yeah, okay, girl wants to leave. Where are the zombies? Where are the zombies? Where are the zombies? And then she broke into song, and I remember going, like, almost like, you know when a dog turns its head when it's confused. I kind of got out on the sofa, like, what the fuck is this? And then within 6 minutes, I'm like, this is the greatest thing I have seen since Shaun of the Dead. This is so good. And then when they go full balls to the wall and they do the zombie and they do the bit where they're in the bowling alley and they have the couple of zombies that they deal with, like all of them working together is fucking hilarious. And the way they take out zombies is brilliant. But what brings it back to reality is the bit where they look out the window and it's, I've got an explosion sound.
I don't feel like it was necessary, but yeah, sure.
It wasn't. It's that everywhere. And then like it pans back and it shows you like their little village being bombed to shit by the military because they've lost control.
Yeah.
And it brings you back into, fuck, do you know what? This is actually scary. Like,
I love the song that goes with this as well.
Which song was this?
I can't remember the name of the song, but it's like that harrowing song where all 4 of the characters are stood there in the line.
Yeah.
And they have the flash of the explosions and stuff like that. And again, like, it's not one of those kind of movies where it's just like 2 or 3 musical cues throughout. Like, every scene is a musical cue, and the stuff that isn't is just teeing up for the musical cue to come next.
Yeah.
And then they burst into song with this one. It's like a really heartfelt sorrow song where they're sat there looking at the world going to shit between them. And it's really cool. It's a really cool moment within the movie of letting you know that this is kind of it. And And one thing that I really like as well is that the songs that are featured throughout this film, if you not just take it in as a song, but pay attention to the lyrics, they all have purpose. I mean, that we spoke about this isn't a Hollywood ending already, but that song in particular is a massive implication of what's going to happen throughout the course of this movie, because it's not a happy ending. It's not a Hollywood ending.
The ending of this
John
is
doesn't get with Anna. That's well out the picture. And as much as people might be like, oh yeah, but they get away at the end, it's the grimmest of endings.
Yeah, it really is a horrific ending to this movie. And if anyone spots the deliberate mistake, let us know in the comments down below. I think it's beautifully written. I think the songs are beautifully written. And you're right. The way that they use song in this is very much the same way they use song in the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
Each song it's not just a song for the sake of being a song. It tells a part of the story. And if you pay attention to the lyrics, there's a lot of foreshadowing. There's back plot and story within the songs of, I've come this far, I've done this, I've done that, and this is where I am now. And if you really listen, it's like there's extra context within the songs, and they're all original songs as well, which again, to write original songs that are really catchy, because every single one of them, you're like, this is great. Like you tap along to them. To do that and do it consistently throughout the movie is really difficult to do. I do like the kind of the bit where the jock.
I love this.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it already. I love his song. I love his moment. I love love it.
The moment where like they've got out of the bowling alley and there's zombies everywhere, and then the jock and his mates come, like they're surrounded. Let's talk about the paddling pool first. Is brilliant.
The paddling pool is fucking brilliant. Not only because it's the most unuseful fucking way to disguise yourself in any situation, but the fact that the old lady sits on the blonde lady's head
and pisses on her.
And I just discovered from this movie that zombies have to go to the toilet, which is a wild fact to me as well.
It's the fact when they're trying to work out how they're going to escape, and they're all stood in the ball pit in this little paddling pool, and they all go and look down, and they're like, I've got an idea. And the next scene is, it's like literally the scene from Toy Story where they're under a traffic cone and they're like, it's that, but with an inflatable swim pool. It's so funny. But after they get out of that and they're really in trouble, like Jock Boy coming around the corner, like, soldier boy, I have it so, watch me go.
I love it. I love it because the thing, again, it just resonates back with what I was saying earlier about how, like, when they burst into song, the people around him are just there eye rolling. He's doing this whole shtick and this act, and he's like, I'm soldier boy and killing zombies is my game. And the whole time, Anna's just stood there rolling her eyes at him as if to say, "You're a dick."
There is a full moment in this where he turns around, he points his bat like Negan, and smiles, and John just
gives him the finger. It's fucking brilliant. And then he gets to the end, and his boys are rolling him in on his shopping cart. He's like, "Yeah, I'm the man." And then, like, he's waiting for applause, and everyone just walks off as if to say, "What a knobhead."
They literally just walk off and leave him, like, fuck off.
And he realizes, he's like, "Oh shit, nobody wants to celebrate this."
No one wants to see it. It is very much a Ron Burgundy, "Hey everybody, come see how good I look" moment.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic, man. I really like that.
It's really, really good. And like, what comes next? Like, this is so up until this point, it's been quite a fun movie. It's quite a happy movie. There's a zombie apocalypse, but everything they do is done with a tone that's like, this is fun. The snowman's head coming off, like these three jock lads fucking rolling down the street in shopping trolleys and demolishing zombies is fun. And it's not until they take the shortcut through the alley, through the Christmas shop, that all of a sudden, like, it goes from being a happy movie to, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
This movie's dark. And it's like they go through and they're attacked by zombies, and a couple of the like jock kids get taken out and they were side characters, didn't even know their name, don't care.
But it leaves the jock to be on his own with the group.
Yeah, Jock's on his own with the group, and they get out, and then like John and Anna having a real heart to heart, and John's like, "Well, it's going to be fine," and he throws his arms up, and one of his
before we get there, how heartbreaking is the moment where Anna tells John, "You're my best friend."
I felt John's erection die.
Yeah. I died inside for him, you know, because the thing is as well, like in this moment, it's built this entire movie up to be like, Anna, what? Stop fucking donging, man. Anna to be like, this is my beef with Anna, and this is what I was saying about her earlier as a character. Like, it takes her to lose everything to realize what she had, because John is perfect for her. The two of them together are just like in perfect unison, you know?
Yeah.
And then they get to this scene and he's pushing her in the car and you know he's lusting after her. And to be honest with you, it took me a couple of viewings of this movie for me to finally accept that John wasn't the gay best friend, because he's very much built up as that character throughout, up until the point where you realize, oh, actually he's in love with Anna.
Yeah.
And it was this scene where he's like, oh, you're my best friend, John. No, John, you're my best friend. And I died inside. I literally died inside. I was like, oh, John, dude.
John did as well. And then John like has this moment where he redeems himself and he almost saves Anna. And there's this moment where like that for a split second, that best friend comment was null and void. She looked at him as like, you're the fucking hero. And he throws his arms up and this is where he gets bitten. And I was just like, oh, no.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, man, because you just don't expect it. But again, like I said back in the earlier, this is my point. They all stick to their character arcs. You don't get this moment of John being the hero, even though he is the hero in this moment. You don't get John being the hero who ends up with the girl.
No, he literally kind of like pushes Anna away and dives into the zombies and like tells the jock bloke to take her away and just shows that he is the nicest guy in the world. He's like, I'm going to die. You're a dick and I hate you. But at this moment in time, you are the best chance of Anna's survival. So take Anna and go. And Anna's distraught. And like the whole point of this is they're trying to get to the school because they've looked on the internet and the internet said, well, the school is where we're going to evacuate everyone from. When they get to the school and Savage has got the school, like they walk in and they open the door.
And he's eating his Christmas dinner.
He's sat in reception. They're like, what you do? He's like, well, Anna, I'm clearly eating my Christmas dinner, aren't I? And he's like, oh, well, fine. He goes, would you like to see your father? She's like, yeah, that'd be good. And he takes them into the room where all the zombies are, where he's let the zombies in earlier and let them eat all the people, and just locks the fucking door and then like hangs on like the shutter doors of like the canteen bit and sings and is really cheery as people are trying to eat these children. I'm like, you are a dick. You're so fucking horrible all the time.
But again, that's what I'm saying regarding that cutscene.
Yeah, you don't know why.
You don't know why. That transition is so jarring. And I don't know why it was ever cut from the movie, because the movie itself is only like an hour and 25 minutes. So like that particular song was only like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think there's a little bit of dialogue in between, but that perfectly sets up the transition from him cowering in a corner to then having this sort of really weird burst in the movie where he's now the villainous character, which, I mean, to be honest, he's been the villainous character from the beginning. One of my favorite lines from the movie is separate your tongues.
Separate your tongues. And the other one is, if you park your car on school property, as I've told you before, it becomes school
property. And again, we're saying that because we're British and we know what school teachers were like and we've lived it.
Yeah, they genuinely were. I remember, do you remember when the 3310 came out? Nokia 30.
Oh,
Nokia,
yeah.
Yeah, Nokia 30. Everyone at school had a Nokia 3310. And this is when phones first went into schools. The schools, honestly, were not equipped to deal with children with the ability to communicate between classes.
No.
And they come in with this blanket like, If you get caught with your phone, it's taken off you and your parents have to come and collect it. And I remember a teacher taking my 3310, sticking it in her drawer and closing the drawer and saying I wasn't allowed it back until the end of the month. She went out, like, where there was a door that went out to like a little office area. She went out that door and that 3310 was back in my pocket in like a second, because I knew full well I genuinely would never see it again. It would be gone forever.
Yeah, it does. It does. I remember I had a hat, I had a cap that had a cannabis leaf on it, and that I wore around school. Thinking back to it now, that was just fucking absolutely stupid. But I didn't know what a cannabis leaf was back when I was wearing that cap. It was just, do you remember that trend when you used to have like ashtrays from markets that had Rastafari on them and stuff like that?
Spliffy jeans and spliffy.
Yeah. It was like a whole era. And like I had like fucking alarm clocks that was like held by a Rastafari with a joint. In fact, I probably still have them all in my mother's loft in my old house. I could probably go and get them. That would be wildly entertaining to look at that stuff now. But I had a hat that was like a green and yellow Jamaican fucking hat with a Rastafari leaf on it, and I was wearing that around school, completely oblivious to its meaning. And I remember the deputy head like yanking it off my head one day in the corridor and going to get it back off him after school, and he'd be like, "Sorry, mate, I don't know what you mean."
Yeah.
It was gone. It was gone. That was it. It was just confiscated. It was gone forever.
And you know full well he went home, put that on, and watched Cool Runnings, smoking a joint.
I wish that was the case. I really do. Considering the guy who took it off me, that visual would be fucking fantastic.
He sat in his living room going, "Jamaica, we have a bobsled team."
Oh, amazing. But you're speaking about things that are like quotes in this movie that were great. One of my favorite and one of the most British things that is said in the entirety of this movie is shit. The snow's gone. And it's the moment when they're in the ball pool. It fucking bends me double every time.
He looks out the window and goes, "Shit," and everyone goes, "What?" Like, as if
like the sheer panic. We're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. Like, shit. The snow's gone. And I'm like, yeah, that is so fucking British, because we have it for about 12 hours.
we literally like, we had snow here probably a couple of years ago, and I went in the garden. We built a snowman with the kids, and we done snow angels and all that kind of stuff. Went to bed, and I'm like, oh, when we get up tomorrow, we're going to go out. We're going to like we'll roll the snowman through the house, get it into the front garden, and build it up with more snow. Got up in the morning, just wet everywhere. And that was literally my reaction. Opened the curtains, went, "Oh shit, snow's gone."
I love it. I love it every time I watch this movie, and it just doesn't resonate with anybody else, you know. And I get now why this isn't so massively appealed by American audiences and stuff like that, because it is a very, very British movie.
It is. The thing is, Shaun of the Dead is as well, and I think that this and Shaun of the Dead ride that British comedy line so well. And I genuinely think this isn't as widely loved because it's not as widely pushed. Shaun of the Dead had a big machine and Edgar Wright behind it that pushed that movie to the masses. This got such a small release, and it's very much a cult British film.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that if you put this in front of a mass US audience, this would get especially today, would get a very similar reception to how Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz was treated.
And again, that's why I think it was well ahead of its time. You know, I do feel like this movie would be much more successful had it been released 5 years later than it was.
Yeah. Let's talk about Anna's dad, arguably the
Tony, legend.
Best dad of all time.
Yep. Love Tony.
He is written as the nicest guy in the world. Like, he has a bit of a shit moment with Anna where she's like, "I want to go traveling." He's like, "What the fuck are you doing? You're going to university," which is that's knee-jerk dad response.
Yeah, and you know what the funny thing is? Like, I watched this movie for the first time before I was a parent, and I was like, "You're a dick, dude." But now I'm a dad. I'm like, "Yeah, fuck you, Anna. Fucking stay at home and be safe."
Yeah, to do it yourself. To do what I'm telling you to do because it's for your own good. But like all the way through, he's trying to help people and he's trying to be nice. Even with Savage, he tries to be nice to Savage. And Savage,
that scene where he just fucking calls him out. He's like, "You janitor!" And he just keeps his cool, man. I'm like, how are you so calm, man? Take that
Yeah.
little puny man's head off.
And the thing is, Savage is so straight laced. It winds. There's a scene where one of the girls has decided it's the school play, Christmas play, and she's decided to do.
We haven't even talked about this yet, and I love this.
She just like there's obviously a song she's meant to do, and she comes on and does the most provocative fucking Santa baby do me up the bum hole tonight kind of song.
And the guys come out in the Santa outfit with the topless fucking jock straps and stuff. It is so funny.
Suspenders and little shorts and fucking candy canes and dance.
Yeah.
And Savage is there. Filth. Fucking filth. Absolute fucking filth. And you've got Tony next to him fucking dying with laughter. He's gone, it's different, isn't it? It's filth. Tony's like, well, it's not that bad. It's absolute filth.
I love the fact as well, like the audience as like all the parents and stuff like that in the movie are just so shocked immediately. But then the more and more the song goes, the more and more the audience gets into it, to the point where she's getting a standing ovation by the time she's finished her song.
Yeah, and she has one of the saddest arcs in this as well. So like
she does.
Her boyfriend is stuck with Anna and a couple of others at the bowling alley. And then when he gets back, she's been looking after his grandmother who's really sick. And they get back and his grandmother has died. And honestly, it's enough to bring a tear to your eye. It's so sad.
The death of the two of them is sad as fuck as well. And to be honest with you, they could have quite easily avoided this.
You mean where they turned the TV on and then hid behind it in front of all the zombies? I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, it didn't. I understand they had to go at this point, but yeah, it was one of those scenes where I was like, oh, you didn't need to go that way. You've just chose to be stupid in the situation.
Yeah, it's really annoying, that scene. And we'll get to it, but there's a scene at the end where it goes back to all of the characters that have been turned, and it's one of the most heartwarming moments in a zombie movie where it flashes back when they're all now zombies, but we'll get to that later. Anna so Anna and Jock Guy are stuck in a room, and I think it's in the kitchen, and all the zombies come in, and like he's like, fucking go and get your dad. Like they've had a big heart to heart about how he had to kill his dad.
And again, it doesn't warrant him as a character, to be honest with you. I felt this was rather weak within the storytelling.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. It kind of gives a bit of context to he's not actually a dick. He's kind of just repressing all his feelings under the dick exterior. But he basically sends Anna off. Anna walking into this school hall, and you've got Savage on the stage, which he's barricaded off, and her dad tied up with Christmas lights. But honestly, my child could have got out of those Christmas lights. It's so badly done. And Anna walks in, and he puts the spotlight on her. And he's like, still the leading lady, I see. And I'm like, let's fucking go. And she sits down, puts her like candy cane on the floor, like, ties her hair up in a ponytail, ties her shoelace, gets up and just fucks up about 80 zombies. I love this.
And again, this ties back to like the birth of when Anna becomes the character, you know, and it's when she loses John and she just goes fucking sick on all those zombies in the tree place where you can buy trees. And for me, this is when Anna becomes a character that you mentioned early on in the movie. And I don't think it's until this point where she actually does become that character for me. Everything prior to that, I'm like, you're a dick. You're making terrible decisions and you're not seeing what's in front of you. But then losing John, she hits that moment, she hits that stride. And this scene at the final closing moment where she has to battle her way to the stage to save her dad is fucking awesome. It's an epic scene. It's really, really well choreographed. And the fight scenes are cool as shit.
The way she actually gets on the stage is fucking phenomenal. I don't know if you get them in the States, but our UK listeners will know they were like furry footballs. They were like yellow balls that had like almost a furry texture. One of those rolls in front of her and she boots it as hard as she can into the bollocks of a zombie, runs and like springboards off his back like full Jeff Hardy from fucking 1990 WWE and lands on the stage in an Iron Man like I've landed from space position with a candy cane fucking wrapped up behind her head. I'm like, this is awesome. This is amazing. And she like releases her dad, and her dad gets up, and I'm like, I know you're a nice guy, but don't be a nice guy now. And he's not. Instantly punches Savage straight in the mouth. I'm like, yeah, it's exactly what you deserve.
It is. But like, then again, like this back and forth in this final scene between Savage and Tony as I don't know. Anna's seriously shown that she's clearly the fucking Jill Valentine of the situation and can wipe out zombies left, right, and center, and nobody is a match for her. But she stands back and lets her dad have his moment.
Yeah.
To fight Savage. And I'm like, your dad is not equipped for this.
Your dad's barely equipped to eat a pucker pie.
Yeah, you know, and it's like, just step in. For the sake of you both, just step in and do something. And she doesn't. She sits back and she lets it unfold to the cost of her dad's life, you know? Like, is that...
This scene, like, he dispatches Savage and Savage gets thrown off the stage, and we get this really cool scene
with the star, which was very foreshadowed very earlier on.
Yeah, so in the earlier on they're doing the rehearsal for the play, and the star comes down and nearly hits him.
Immediately, I was like, yeah, Savage is dying by the star later on.
Yeah, and then later on, the star gets him, knocks him into the horde of zombies, and they do the full disembowel and eat all his guts.
Day of the Dead shit, yeah.
Yeah, and this is where Anna's like, come on, let's go. And her dad goes, I can't come with you. And instantly I just went, oh no.
And again, I saw it the moment when he stepped back while he was wrestling with Savage and all the zombies were clawing. I was like, yeah, he's been bit. And rightly so, he deserved it at that point.
And he turns and shows his leg. And this moment between him and her is so heartfelt. And he's like, look, I'm really proud of you. You've done everything you need to do. You're fully equipped to take on this world, but you got to go, and I can't go with you. And then he looks up, and they break this really, like, it's a really emotional scene. And he looks up and sees the Jock character. He's gone, I don't care much for your boyfriend, though. Like that, I'm like, that is 100%.
He's not my boyfriend. She's like, oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, like that's 100% what a dad's about to die, looks up and sees some jock who wants to get in his daughter's knickers. He's going to go, oh, I'm going to die, but I still don't like you. Like, you're a dick. And I thought it was really, really well done. And the fact she's like, do you want me to help you? And he's like, and it's the jock kid. He's like, no, you don't want her to help you. And he's like, no, I actually don't. Go. And it's really sad because he's just left there to die. They get outside and it's just zombies everywhere, like every direction possible. And I'm like, this is going to be an epic fight scene, but you two are fucked.
Yeah, and that's what's different from most zombie movies as well. They just kind of accept their fate. It's like, we don't have a chance. This is it. This is the end. And that the music from the earlier track, Hollywood Ending, starts sort of beating in the background. And I was like, foreshadowing. Brilliant. And you just think that this is the end for them both. And even though it's not, and the girl with the blonde hair comes in and saves them in a shitty little car.
Little Vauxhall Corsa fucking rocks in. Get in.
Yeah, get in. But even then, like, once they do have that moment of brief savior, if you will, it's not. They all know they've just survived a brief instant, but like, it's fucked. Everything's gone, and neither of them are equipped to deal with what's coming. It's like, where to next? And all of them, you can just see tears rolling down their eyes as they're like, there is nowhere. They're like, we're fucked.
No, and I'll be honest, there's a couple of takeaways I've got from this movie. One, it's got one of the best lines of any line in a movie when she rocks up in her Vauxhall Corsa, winds down her window and goes, yes, I saved your life. You're welcome. Get in. That, I'm like, fucking brilliant. I could see you saying that.
Yeah.
If you'd be rocking, yes, I saved your life. Now
she says, boom, saved your life. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. But also, like, this bit at the end, I have never wanted a sequel more. Like you could,
for me, that's so wild that you would think that, because I don't, because I'm like, it's a very ominous ending, and you're like, they're all dead.
Yeah, but you could still go the dark route and kill all of these characters, but you've got the 3 characters in the car. You could easily go for, like, they survived. The zombie apocalypse is still going. It's not neatly tied in a bow like Shaun of the Dead. You could easily have done a movie that come 2 years later that picked up in that car as they drove, I don't know, another 100 yards down the road and fucking broke down and started there. You could easily have expanded this story, and it boggles my mind because the director's gone on and done other stuff, which has, I'll be honest, all been shit and all flopped, because this is what he's good at. He's not done another zombie musical. Like, to have something that's so successful and then leave it alone when there is more to be done here, more story to be told, boggles my fucking mind.
Yeah, no, I get it, but that's usually the case with most movies, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there is that. Is there anything else you would like to touch on before we rock into facts and other things?
No, not at this point. If there's anything I've missed, I'll get it on my roundup, I'm sure.
Okay, let's do it. It is December, and I wanted to come here with a very special message to all of the members of the You Run Podcast Network. Every single one of you have worked so incredibly hard this year to put out the best content you possibly can for our audience and yours. I am eternally grateful for every single member of the network, for all of the hard work that you put in promoting your shows, other people's shows, our show, the network itself. You are all absolute superstars, and I hope you all have a wonderful December. And for everyone who's listening, go to yourunpodcast.com, check out one of these awesome shows, and go and give these guys and girls a reward for all their hard work this year. Leave them a review, listen, interact with their show, and become part of the You Run Podcast Network family. Anyway, back to the show.
Thanks, Scott.
You're welcome. Make sure you go and check out all of the shows of the You Run Podcast Network. As we said last week, no recommended account from Mark this week. We're going to come back with that in the new year, and a couple of new features and a couple of returning features after we asked you for all of your feedback. So yeah, me and Mark got some conversations to have in the coming weeks before we.
I have an idea for a feature I'd like to bring in for next year, but I'll save that till we've gone off the air, because you might think it's absolutely fucking stupid, but it's something I would like to do.
Okay, we'll save that. I always think, we play an ad and I come back and I can't speak anymore. Also, make sure you go to patreon.com/YouRunPodcast, where you get exclusive episodes, you get additional shows, you get early release episodes of this show, true crime, everything we do on YouTube. You get it all a month early, all the YouTube stuff, and you get this almost a week early. Patreon.com/YouRunPodcast really, really helps us out. Do all of those cool, great, wonderful things. And we're going to do some facts. If I can find a soundbite, I'm going to go with that one.
That's the fact, Jack! That's a fact, Jack!
I picked the right one. Right. Where are we? This film closes with a dedication to Ryan McHenry. He passed away in 2015 before this film was released, and he wrote and directed the short film Zombie Musical in 2011 that inspired this movie.
Oh, that's a shame I didn't get to see it.
Really sad that he didn't get to see this coming out. The movie was planned to have a full musical opening scene, as Mark mentioned earlier. Santa stumbling through the town centre while people around were kind of like sung with him, and the song was "What a Time to Be Alive." The scene also featured several minor characters that were infected, and basically like it showed them before they were infected.
Yeah, these characters would be like later appear as zombies and stuff throughout the movie.
Exactly that. It was cut after they'd filmed 85% of it when they had a torrential downpour for 4 days. It flooded the street they were doing it on, and they literally went, I'm
sorry for ruining your facts. It was just general knowledge I knew about this movie.
It's fine. Like, they didn't have the time and they didn't have the budget or the permits to come back and do it again. So they just went,
fuck it.
Yeah, we'll animate it basically. This movie has 3 versions, believe it or not. It has a USA cut, which is 93 minutes long, the UK cut, which is 98 minutes long, and the festival cut, which is the one with the additional scenes, which is 108 minutes long. So the US version of this has more cut than what we get in the theatrical release in the UK.
I have to feel like that was just like British jokes that they were thought, that's not going to translate very well.
That's not going to land. He called him a twat waffle. They're not going to have any idea what that is. Take it out. No. So the cleaner in the bowling alley that we didn't mention. So the cleaner in the bowling alley early on, John like throws a shoe to try and get it in the bin and nearly kills the cleaner, which is fucking hilarious. Her name is Mrs. Hintzman, which is a nod to Bill Hintzman, who played the graveyard zombie that kills the character Johnny in the original Night of the Living Dead.
Cool.
Yeah. The shots of Anna and her friend walking through the shopping centre in the town square were filmed in an abandoned Freeport shopping village just outside Livingston, Scotland. A lot of this, the director denies it. I'm going to call him out on it. A lot of this was guerrilla shooting.
Yeah, 100%.
Get in, shoot the shots, get the fuck out of here before the police get called.
Yeah, because I know what the budget for this movie was, and there is no way that all of this was done with permits.
Exactly that. Paul Kay, who plays Savage, is killed by zombies at the end of the movie. Again, another fact that Mark ruined. He played Thoros of Myr in Game of Thrones. He's also in that killed by a zombie bear. It's the second appearance where he's killed by a zombie. What was the budget for this? Because I don't know. I couldn't find it anywhere.
So the budget for this was £150,000, and it made £670,000.
Yeah, 674 worldwide.
Yeah, it was low, but it made on its budget. I definitely think that it has become a cult favorite over the years. But I think it still made substantially on what its budget was. And I think when we talk about budgets and stuff like that in movies, in contrast, considering it had like £150,000 budget, it was successful in that opinion.
Yeah, it's if your movie makes double what it cost you to make it, you've made profit, including whatever advertising you've done. You've made money. Yeah. This made almost 3 times what it cost them, which again, I struggle with the fact that it made like statistically a boatload of money against its budget. At what point did the director not go, do you know what, this is really good, and it hit a certain amount of audiences? If I do another one and tweak it slightly for an international audience, I could really have a moneymaker here.
See, this was the thing on that American podcast that I listened to regarding this. It was like, oh yeah, if you'd have filled this with like recognizable cast of like American Glee style actresses, it would be a lot more successful in the US.
I hate the podcast you listen. I don't know what podcast it was, and I hate it already. Like
I've immediately forgotten what it was, and I will never listen to another episode of theirs again. Like I said, it was just one of those that I searched the movie, it came up, and I was like, I had a 40-minute drive, and it was a 40-minute episode. I was like, right, I'll check this out. I don't think they're worthy of the time.
Bit of context for a part of the show prep I do. So I do a fair bit of traveling for work, and I go out and about at least 2 or 3 times a week, and I'll do like a couple of 100 miles. And when I do that, whatever episode we've got, I will type in that episode followed by podcast, and I will take whatever the top podcast is that comes up, and I'll listen to their take on it to get another perspective from people I don't know, never heard of before. And so far I've not had a duplicate show that's popped up.
Yeah,
but I listen to all manner of different people talk about different things. With this, the only one I could find was a British podcast, and they went all in. Like they were singing the songs, they had like party hats on, and they were like, "This is the greatest thing ever made. Fuck Shaun of the Dead. This is better." Like they were like us. They were all in on this.
I mean, to be fair, like I had like a 2-hour drive, so it was like I had an hour and a half podcast. I think it was the podcast that was praising it that was doing really well and being very American, but also while understanding the British humor aspect of it, was the Graveyard Shift. I don't know if you're familiar with that podcast.
I know really good podcast.
Yeah, and they were like very, very much singing this movie's praises. The other one again is a nobody podcast that it was.
Welcome to Gator Wrestling Reviews.
Yeah, it was like straight out of the Waterboy kind of level of shit, and then it wasn't. It was that they tried their best, you know, but they just shit on this movie, and I was like, you guys are not qualified to do this.
We have no voicemails this week, but that works out just perfect because we unwrapped our Spotify wrap for 2025. And as we've always done, we're going to tell you how well we've done this year. We need to thank you. Massively, massively thank you. 191% increase on our weekly audience size.
That's pretty cool. I don't know what to me that means nothing because I don't know.
Okay, so that's
10 people listen to us or 100 people listen to us. Or...
We've doubled and a bit what was listening to us last year.
Yeah, but I don't know what listened to us last year. So.
You know, we don't release numbers because it's one of those things that me and Mark, I tell you roughly what numbers we get, and we're happy with those numbers. But I know there's a lot of shows that get a lot less than that, and I never openly go, we get
no. We don't want to be that podcast. That's like, hey, we're these guys.
Do you know what I mean? The biggest increase we had? We had a 999% increase in new listeners.
Wow, that's cool.
That is massive. A 27% increase on followers. That's just on Spotify who've subscribed. We created, or the listeners have listened to 84,000 minutes of the show, which is 1,500 hours, which is 58 days, 8 weeks, or simply 2 months.
Who the fuck wants to listen to us talk for 2 months straight?
2 entire months. We are also in the top 10% of all video podcasts on Spotify. We are now listened in 34 different countries, including Germany and Mexico, in the top 5. So, Guten Tag and Hola, Mexico. Who the fuck is listening to us in Mexico?
Konnichiwa.
No, that's not Mexico.
Sorry, I thought we were just chipping in random words that we knew.
Chimichanga tequila.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's great. It's great. I think it's fantastic. I've never been a big numbers guy. I've never been really fixated on. I never have from the start of this show. I've never been one to care.
No, do you know the one number that means the most to me more than anything else? Because it means people actually give a shit. Like, I don't give a fuck how many listeners we've got or how many countries we reach or where we sit in relation to everyone else. 39% of our listeners hit play within 24 hours of the episode being released.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the one I care about. A huge thank you to absolutely everyone who listens. Like, you're all awesome. I can't thank you.
No. It's great. It is great, isn't it? It is great, isn't it?
All right, Sam.
Isn't it great that we have such nice people who listen to our show?
We do. And we genuinely are blessed.
We are. It's nice. It's nice. You know, I don't know. I like me and you are very much different on our approach to what this is and what this is going to be and how it progresses. You know, like I know you love it and I love it, but I love it for different reasons because I just love it's been a long week, let's just talk some shit, you know what I mean?
This is
and it's wild when you release those numbers to me and you're like, oh dude, we made top on this podcast. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, man, let's have a beer and let's talk shit. It's wild to me that it's got to that point where we're like numbers, you know.
Well, I sent you a message not that long ago. We are number one on this chart, and you're like, "Is that good?" Like, it's fucking number one. Of course, it's good, you dickhead. That's
But that's
what
it
you're
for me,
implying.
you know what I mean? Like,
Good.
I don't know what that is. You're like, yeah, this podcast chart, we're number one. That's fucking monumental. I'm like, yay, go team. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. It's Friday. Let's have a beer and let's talk about the movie of the week. You know, it's cool that people are listening to us, but I wouldn't give a shit either way. I'm grateful that you're all here, but just know I don't care about you in the slightest.
This is honest. Like, we joke quite a bit. We say things and we go, "Oh, we're gonna get cancelled." Do you know we will never get cancelled? Because if we've got 2,500, 5,000, or one listener, we'll still be here drinking beer.
Exactly, and that's my point. That is exactly my point. You know, it's like I aren't doing this for you at all.
No,
I'm doing this for me. And no, I say I ain't doing this for you as in you. Like, I'm obviously doing this for you, and I'm obviously doing this for me. You know, but that's it. That's all I care about. Is like, I'm having such a good time and you're having a good time.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters to me. Like, I say this time and time again on this show. After tonight, I don't know where this goes or who it reaches, and I don't give a fuck who it reaches or who listens to it. Like, I've just enjoyed my night. I've had a good night. I've had a good week building up to doing the prep for the night.
I would love everyone who. So I get a lot of messages, a huge amount of messages on social media at You Run Podcast everywhere. This week, so Mark gets a taste of how many of you listen. If you're listening and you're about to send a message to the show to at You Run Podcast on Instagram or TikTok or X or wherever you do it, go to Instagram and send it to at VHS from the
no.
And Mark can get an understanding of just how many people we reach.
Like, but the thing is, like, it's really wild because I'll get messages of random, like proper random accounts. Like, there's this guy, and I don't mean to insult this guy in any way. I fucking love you, dude. We speak quite regularly on Instagram, and like, he messages me all the time, and I'll message him, and we'll talk quite frequently. We'll send each other stupid reels and stuff like that. And then it's got to that Spotify thing. That like I don't even fucking know what that shit is. That Spotify thing where it like tells you your obsession with shit over the year. And he turns out he's like one of the biggest listeners of the show. And I'm like, dude, I like speak to you every day. I didn't even know you listened. I didn't even know you listened to the show. And you're like messaging me and I'm talking to you every day. And he's like, oh yeah, he's like devoured like fucking 3,467 minutes of you and podcast content.
Yeah, I had
shit. You know me more than I know you.
I got a new follower on TikTok like 4 days ago. And they're like, oh, this video is really funny. You're fucking awesome. Gonna go check out your podcast. Like, oh yeah, cool, great. They then sent me a message like 2 hours later, like starting at the beginning. It's a bit rough. And I'm like, skip season 1 and season 2.
Wait till Mark comes in.
That's pretty much what I said. And they messaged back going, no, I'm going to stick with it. And then they messaged me like 2 days later going, I'm now like, they reached, I think it was our Zombieland episode. So they'd done a whole thing. And they're like, you are now my favorite podcast. I'm going to finish binging and catch up because I feel like I've missed so much. And I was like, that's so cool. Like, to me, that's amazing. Someone found it and they're like, this is brilliant. This is funny. Anyway, let's stop blowing smoke up our own ass.
No, we're not. That's the thing. We're doing it not to blow smoke up. I like the way that I went. You put that image on screen and I ducked it.
Caption this.
So, yeah, anyway, as I was saying.
I'll drop it back down. Yeah, no, caption this. You had to caption this image. It's not hard. It's Anna looking very happy with zombies kind of crawling along behind her in the greatest musical number in any movie. This girl loves horror. Oh, pervy Becky.
Yeah, she's
dirty. Do you know what she captioned this?
I saw it.
Penis.
And again, I don't get the reference of what she was saying. Was she just wanting to be relevant with her perviness, or was she? Did she have a point to make?
There is a bit in this when someone calls someone a penis, and I don't know if it's reference to that or she's just being it's just like letting it, like, you know, when you do like
she had Tourette's with the reel.
Yeah, you know, you do free form writing where you don't think and you just let your hand go and then it writes.
Yeah.
She done that and she's like, "Oh, penis," and just writes it. Family Fright Podcast. This is Lady Crisis and her son Neo. When zombies are everywhere, but you're dead inside. Yamityville Horror. This one made me laugh when you look at the picture. Young woman not taking pub crawl seriously.
This is true.
Civil Gore Podcast. Felt cute. Might get eaten by a zombie later. Everest Queen. They're behind me, aren't they? And
I like that.
The winner this week, without a shadow of a doubt, is Angel from Voices from the Mausoleum. Red light, green light. We have another game. This is a game we have kind of played before, but it's a Christmas edition of this game.
You pair of utter pillocks.
Today we are playing a Christmas edition. Oh, we're not. Mark, Christmas edition of Would You Rather. These start off really easy. Like, you can answer the first three. Like, well, it's that obviously.
Right.
By the end of this, you're going to be like, I would rather just walk and strap. But that's where you're going to be. So, would you rather be trapped in a lift with the Lady Gremlin from Gremlins 2 or Poop Finger Girl from Dead Snow?
Poop Finger Girl, 100%. Oh, but also,
I think
you're curious about the ad. I'm curious about Gremlin.
Yeah, you've got less chance of sex with Poop Finger Girl.
I don't think I have. I feel like I'm scored gold either way, but like the experience of it, it's going to be something different with a Gremlin, isn't it?
You've got to watch out for those teeth. That's all I'm going to say to you.
This is very true. I'm going Poop Finger. I'm going Poop Finger because, again, on that Dead Snow episode, I profess my love for her anyway.
Yeah, and no one wants a blowjob of a potential stapler.
Potential stapler.
This is horrible. But there was a girl we went to school with, and she gave one of my friends a blowjob, and she had braces, and she'd left him tragically scarred.
No.
It was one of the funniest. He's like, she cut me, and we're all fucking laughing, like dying in the change. It was like, no, seriously, like we're about to get the show. It's like, look, and just like it's the first time ever a bloke's flopped out a cock. Gone, look, and he had like fucking like it looked like it had been chewed up by a fucking shredder.
But how?
I don't. She obviously doing the thing. You know when they put it down the side of their mouth and do that. It was obviously that and like grating it across. It was bad. It was really bad. Would you rather listen to All I Want for Christmas on a loop until your ears bleed, or eat gingerbread cookies with no milk until you vomited?
I love All I Want for Christmas. Mariah Carey is a goddess. I'm going Mariah Carey through and through on this one.
That's fair enough. This is a kind of a take on something that went viral about would you rather be in the woods with a man or a bear? Would you rather go Christmas shopping with your wife or a bear?
I'm going shopping with a bear all day long.
So much, and I'm hoping it's poo and we stop for snacks.
Yeah, we can stop at a fish shop and that's me done, I think.
Yeah.
With a bear.
Would you rather be locked in a room for 24 hours with someone who constantly complains about Christmas, or someone who constantly sings Christmas songs out of tune?
I mean, it fucking sounds like hell on earth, either one.
Well, think of being locked in a room with me. All I want for Christmas is you. Ooh, baby.
I'll go with the complainer, I think,
Yeah.
because I feel like at least that's a warranted argument. How can you argue with somebody who's just singing joyous songs?
You can't. Would you rather sneeze tinsel for an entire month of December or poop Christmas baubles for the entire month of December?
Oh, I don't know why this is a pause for concern. I don't want to be pooping baubles. That sounds painful as shit. I'm sneezing tinsel.
Okay, this is where it gets hard. There's 3 left, and I don't think any of these are answerable. Would you rather have sex? Would you rather have sex with Santa while your wife watches, or have Santa have sex with your wife while you watch?
I would have sex with Santa purely because at least I'm getting something out of it.
Would you be a ho 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 for Santa?
Oh, I would be ho 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 in that shit all day long.
Right. I'm laughing because I know what I've written. Would you rather fart glitter every time you come, or cum glitter every time you fart?
I feel like I would fart it because like it would be like ta-da. You know what I mean? It'd be that ta-da moment at the end. Like come in, ta-da! Like your own personal firework display.
All of a sudden it just goes glitter everywhere.
Exactly. It'd be like your own personal celebration. So yeah. Do you know what? I would like that. I like that a lot. Is that an add-on? Can you buy that?
The last one, which I don't think there's an answer to this. Would you rather tell every child you meet that Santa isn't real, or tell them that you're a convicted paedophile?
What the fuck? Right. Do that question again with a straight face and know that you wrote it. No, seriously. Know that you wrote this question.
I did. And it made me smile. It still make it. I'll go try. Hold on. Would you rather tell every kid you meet that Santa is not real, or would you rather tell them you're a convicted pedo?
All right. Just so you know, there is only one answer to this question.
There really is only one answer.
Right. So the last 3 that you said were unanswerable. You know that your final ultimatum is answerable straight away.
Both of them are awful.
Right. Yeah. Obviously, I'm a pedophile.
Yeah. Again, soundbite gold. Soundbite gold. That's in the intro for next year.
You set me up, you motherfucker.
Dave, we love you, Imitation Dave, but next year it's not opening with "Want to Die Tonight." It's going to open with, well, obviously I'm a paedophile. You run podcast horror movie review. Right, well, that is it for a game. I'm going to round this up first this week. This is just a joyous thing to watch. It is so full of life and so full of it makes me happy from the opening bell right the way up to the closing act, and then the closing act leaves me tragically sad. But at its core, it's a real Christmas movie about relationships and family and what's important, and it really hammers home the Christmas message from every Hallmark Christmas movie. What you've got is right in front of you, and what's important is what you have, not what you want. And it's just done in such a great way. All of the performances are great. This musically for me is as good as Rocky Horror. I adore this movie. It gets a flat 5 out of 5. It is the perfect Christmas. It is the perfect Christmas zombie musical. That's what it is. And it's the only one. I absolutely love it. Where are you with this?
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you in any way, shape, or form. For me, I think the musical cues throughout this are phenomenal. I have this on CD and I listen to this regularly. And again, I mentioned it's not something that you need to necessarily listen to on season. because I don't feel any particular song throughout this movie is seasonal in terms of its lyrics and its music. The story for me is really, really engaging. And although it follows the generic tropes of a standardized zombie movie, it separates itself by being individualist, by having each story and each character that's following that story having their own arc and being quite unusual in terms of how you generically expect them to unfulfill. That's not what I'm saying.
I know what you mean.
Unfold. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really, really love this movie, and every time I sit down to watch it, I just get a sense of joy within my soul. You know, I don't want to get deep and be like, this is just one of those movies, but it is one of those movies where when you watch it, you just feel a sense of happiness. And it's a bleak movie, if I'm being honest with you. The ending's bleak. The overall story itself is bleak as shit. But I think because of the musical cues and because of how upbeat they are, it just brings a sense of happiness to you when you're watching it. And I love this movie, and I always get giddy this time of year knowing that I get to watch this movie within seasonal reason. And there isn't anything I can really pick apart, and all the critiques that I would have had about this movie regarding the transition from the headmaster being a dick to all of a sudden trapping everybody in the school, like, it's there, it's physically available to you there, and I don't understand why it was cut from the theatrical release, because it's such an important factor of that transition, and it's one of the key moments that I had real issue with until watching the Blu-ray release version of this movie and then finding out that those scenes are actually available and it's there to watch.
Check our social media. That deleted scene may all of a sudden be available on.
Exactly. Yeah. And I feel like it's a really, really vital scene, and I just don't know why it was cut from the theatrical, because it softens that transition that it gives the question marks earlier on.
Ties it together.
I love Anna, and I brought up my disappointments with Anna as a character in terms of being her initial imprint as the final girl early on. But that's not to take away from Anna as a character, because she is the final girl. It just takes her a while to get there for her realization. But once she does have that realization, the story comes full circle for me. You know, I love her, and I think the overall character destination is so well executed. But she's not a character that you would initially pick up on and be like, I love her, she's great from the offset. She takes her time to get there, and I think that's worthy, and I think that's what makes a story more investable for me. I don't have a bad word to say about this movie at all. And like I say, if we're scoring this in terms of enjoyment, it's a 5 out of 5. It's a perfect movie for me. I really, really enjoy every opportunity I get to watch this movie. And it's just disappointing for me that I don't get to watch this throughout the year. And I have to watch this at Christmas, as opposed to being able to watch it in the summer, or as much as I probably could. You know, there's nothing wrong with watching it in the summer. You know,
you would be the weird guy if you watched this in June.
Yeah, but like I get that feeling every time. It's like, oh, December, oh, it's Christmas season, and the apocalypse, and I always forget about it every year. Every year I forget about this movie. Hence why you fucking won this year's polls.
Which ties me nicely into I won the season. So every year, if you're a new listener, every year me and Mark poll movies against each other throughout the course of the year. We add in a bonus episode here and there, so we end up with an odd number. And the last poll was this movie. And I won the poll. And there's a couple of reasons I won the poll. So reason number one that I won the poll is because I picked Anna and the Apocalypse, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Reason number two I won the poll is I know you pay very little attention to my stories. So you posted something that was a bash at me for something, and I shared it to my story. I then created a story after it and went, Mark's taking the fucking piss. So if you've not voted,
what did I do?
I can't remember what you've done. I was like, if you've not voted, this is my movie pick, Anna and the Apocalypse. Go back and vote for Anna and the Apocalypse. And all of a sudden, Anna and the Apocalypse went straight past.
Why does everybody hate me? What have I done?
I can't remember what it was you said to me. It was something really sarcastic about me being old or something. You shared it in your story. And I'm like,
Yeah, standard.
Joe, what? Fuck this guy. Which means next week, when we do our final episode of the year, The Black Phone, you are going to face a forfeit. Now, we've had lots of suggestions for forfeits, and I want to get your take on this because there is a forfeit in there that I think is fucking hilarious. But it's whether you're willing to do it. So one of the forfeits.
I'll do anything.
Okay.
I admit defeat, so I will take the forfeit on board.
In which case, I'm gonna tell you the forfeit, and I'm gonna give you a chance to opt out. So there was an incident at For Love of Horror a couple of years ago. Where
was I there?
You were there. You
No, I'm not doing hot sauce shit. No.
Oh, okay, so you're not doing that. So that forfeit.
No, I will. If I'm a man. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that was one of the suggestions was for everyone to witness that moment, for you to go out and buy some really, really hot sauce, load up a Dorito with the really, really, really hot sauce, and then eat the Dorito live on the air.
Right. Listen, you were there. You witnessed it. Do you really want me to do that again? Like, I'll do it. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know if I do, because I think, honestly, I don't think that episode, I'd have to edit it so heavily because you'd be done for at least 40 minutes.
And the rest, mate, I was fucking dying to the point where you nearly rang an ambulance.
It was the
Do you know what I mean? Like, it was bad. It was bad. But I'll do it quite happily.
It was the random guy who went, I don't work here, but I am a paramedic. Is he okay? And I'm just dying and laughing. He's fine. Just leave him on the floor.
Exactly. So I'll do it, but just know the content will be not very entertaining. It will be for a little bit, but
yeah. See, I don't think that's the way we should go. So I think we should come up with another forfeit. I do know that tarantula tastics don't live too far from you. They can always bring a tarantula around and let it sit on your lap.
No.
So. No. You and me off air need to come up with a couple of options that you're willing to do. We'll poll them and we'll let the listeners pick. How does that sound?
I'll do anything. If you want me to do the tarantula thing, I'll do it. But I it's not going to make good listening because it's just going to be me screaming like a little girl and it's just be ah!
Which is good because we have video podcasts available on Spotify and YouTube, so you can watch Mark scream and run around his office.
No, I don't want to do the tarantula thing.
No, I think tarantula and hot sauce is probably a bad idea. We'll come up with something. Do you know something that I think would be really funny? And it's really simple and it's really petty and really childish, but I think it's funny. Is make you know the guys from Anna and the Apocalypse who do the dance?
Yep.
I think you doing an episode with just some suspenders and a Christmas hat is fucking hilarious. Like, I think you try to talk serious about the Black Phone 2 with your nipples exposed wearing a Christmas hat is the funniest thing in the world.
If you want it, I will do it.
Okay,
I will go all fucking Oktoberfest for you guys. If you want to see topless Mark, I will do topless Mark.
We will talk about it off air. We'll have a text conversation. I'll send you some options. You can send me some options. And you can veto the first 20 things I send you, and then we'll go from there. That is it for this week. Next week, we are back with the final episode of the year, a movie that has won not one poll, not two polls, but 3 separate polls to get on the show. So I think it's crystal clear you want us to do the Black Phone too.
This is true.
So we're going to do it. It won the poll on Instagram. It then won a poll on Patreon. And then we come up with an idea to do Silent Night, Deadly Night, the remake. And it absolutely spanked it. And I was like, oh, okay, they want the Black Phone 2 then.
Yeah, I wanted to put that out there because I wanted to do that movie, but clearly nobody else does.
I quite fancied it as well. But the Black Phone 2 is going to be a good episode. So tune in next week for that. Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next week.
Ho, 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 motherfuckers.
It's 'cause it's time to be afraid. It's 'cause it's time to talk about being named. And on this podcast of horror, we'll spread a little fear. Watch a horror movie now and grab a beer. And then to run podcast Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.